Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some Black Ops 4 news and the image that Treyarch had just released on May the 9th. But before we get into the video, just like to say, if you do enjoy this video and want to see more stuff like this, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell icon right next to that so that you don't miss a future upload. But with that out of the way, let's get straight on in to the video. And also, sorry if I sound a little off. I am a little bit sick and also am very tired because it's actually quite late at night. But anyways, let's get straight on into the video. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what Treyarch had released on May the 9th. They released this image of a person that is taking off a mask with a couple of symbols surrounding his eye and the left side of the screen. Now, I know I should have covered this a couple days ago when it actually did come out, but I was working on some other stuff, so I didn't get time to do this. So I figured I would do this now, and also because Mr. Raffle Waffles, Mrs. Bear Like JD, and Glitching Queen all uploaded some stuff similar to what I'm about to say. I thought this was very, very interesting and sounds very, very plausible with how the timeline of zombies is going. We're gonna go back to DLC Pack 4 and actually take a look at the promo picture for the DLC pack. Basically, it says that Salvation, the Day of Reckoning, is here. And now we go ahead and take a look at the newest picture that Treyarch had just released for Black Ops 4, and the image on it says mankind's reckoning will be its salvation. Now obviously there has to be some kind of connection here, because for DLC Pack 4 was released with Revelation, and that is basically the timeline of ended it all. So we're gonna take you back and restart the cycle to make things right again. So everybody knows the premise crew reckonings will be mankind's salvation. That's what I got out of this promo picture. If we are in fact sticking with the premise crew, which I would kind of be sad if we didn't, but whatever crew happens, there will be a reckoning that will be mankind's salvation. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the symbols. The symbols turned out to be the alchemy symbols, ancient alchemy symbols that people used to use all the time back before 1700s. And there was one that was tried a lot to get their hands on, which was trying to get immortality. After a couple hundred years, alchemy kind of died down in the 1700s and turned into the basics of science, and the actual alchemy itself didn't actually go anywhere, but science obviously did, as we're here now. So right now, everybody's saying that what this is basically meaning is, if around before 1700s, when alchemy was here, if there are alchemy symbols here, maybe the person in this picture is trying to create an undead army, or someone in the game is trying to create an undead army with these alchemy symbols. I guess that would fit the theme in with a zombie timeline, and how the alchemy symbols are basically almost all meaning like death and resurrection and all that. I don't know the exact translations. Now that we know about the alchemy, let's go ahead and take a look at what this could be inside of the zombies storyline. Now this looks like some stuff that the zombie storyline has talked about, and that was the fact that if people got exposed to 115 radiation, that their skin would kind of tear off and they would turn into the undead. This guy obviously doesn't look like quite the undead, but looks quite well actually, compared to a lot of other zombies. So maybe he was trying to get his hands on the elixir of life, which, you know, would tie in with the alchemy symbols around his eye and on the left side of the picture. If he did, he would be still alive now and would probably be trying to hide his scars from the outside world. So that's why he has a mask covering half his face, like he is leading a double life. The one that people see on the outside, and the one that he only knows his true self being. So now with this symbol, we're going to take a look at what Treyarch has been doing to kind of figure out what Black Ops 4 first zombie map will be like. So obviously we know Treyarch likes to base a lot of the zombie storyline from IRL events like the Tunguska meteorite that landed, and with it came some radiation and people who got close to it or were near it, blackening of the skin, and their flesh was actually burning and peeling pretty bad, which basically was the premise for Shi no Numa. Another thing is that the Nazis really did try to create some sort of wonder weapon to guarantee to win the World War II war. And Gorar Krovi was based off of a town that was in massive war, but obviously the dragon part kind of wasn't really realistic. Same with the giants, the robots that were inside wasn't really that realistic, but the town and city was based off of real life events. Now, taking in mind that Treyarch really likes to base things on real life events, let's go ahead and take a look at King Baudouin and this video that I think really explains him really well. If you already know what and who he was, then I'll have a timestamp in the description down below to when the video is done. So here the video goes.
Welcome once again to our awesome channel where we talk about the greatest leaders, the most hardcore battles, fighters, and historical events of all time. Today, I'm going to take a closer look at Baldwin IV, the Leper King of Jerusalem. Baldwin became ruler of the Kingdom of Jerusalem in 1174, though he was too young to rule, being just 13 years old. Even though Jerusalem had been taken from the Muslims by the Crusaders 75 years earlier, the situation of the kingdom was still not stable. There were knights like Baldwin's first regent Raymond III, who worked for peace between Christians and Muslims, but also those like Raynald of Chatillon, who was Lord of Ultra-Jourdan, one of the 4 vassal states of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, who was basically up for bloodshed, attacked Muslim pilgrims and caravans, and ended up finally being taken and personally executed by the legendary Saladin. It was William of Tyre, the young king's teacher, who discovered his disease. Baldwin and his friends were scratching each other with their fingernails one day, and the king did not feel pain. That meant one thing. The leprosy soon became visible and damaged the king's face to a terrible degree. His sister Sibylla, ironically enough, was known far and wide for her beauty. In November 1177, the 16-year-old king, aided by the Knights Templar, led an outnumbered force against Saladin and his forces in the Battle of Montgisard and routed them, inflicting huge casualties and earning the most celebrated victory of his reign. By this time, the disease had paralyzed Baldwin's right hand, so he fought left-handed. The disease progressed, and by 1183, Baldwin was nearly blind and unable to walk. He appointed Sibylla's second husband Guy of Lusignan as his regent, but that didn't work out so well. Saladin had surrounded the Kingdom of Jerusalem, and at the wedding of Baldwin's half-sister Isabella, besieged the wedding fortress itself. Game of Thrones stuff here. Baldwin managed to break the siege, but Guy would not fight Saladin, so Baldwin removed him as regent and took the throne again. He appointed his 5-year-old nephew as his successor and died 2 years later in 1185. Baldwin V did not rule for very long though, as Saladin took the city of Jerusalem and most of the kingdom in 1187, capturing Guy de Lusignan. But Saladin is a story for another day. Today was just a quick look at Baldwin IV, the Leper King of Jerusalem.
So now that you know who King Baudouin is, or a rough idea of what he is, he was in a pretty bad state, and from what these events happened, a movie was created by Ridley Scott and depicted him having a metal mask. Now if we take a closer look at the metal mask, it looks awfully close to the one in the new picture. One of the key features is actually the flower looking symbol in the forehead of each mask. Now each one obviously shows that they are hiding their true identity of what is underneath the mask, so that no one can know what they are hiding and that they're hiding their scars. Now from what we hear of Baldwin, he apparently leprosy, which obviously caused a lot of open wounds, and it almost sounds exactly and looks exactly like the one in the image, how you expect leprosy to look, with all the skin falling off and holes appearing everywhere. Now with the alchemy symbols, it sounds around the same time period, and he was obviously searching around in the alchemy to try and find a way to cure himself, but sadly he did not. But nowadays we obviously know ways to cure leprosy, and it has intense treatment happening to the person. So right now, with everything in the image looking pretty damn close to King Baldwin, the man in the image could be keeping a secret from others, like the fact that the bacteria is eating away at his skin. So obviously he uses the mask to hide from the world and to try and make him forget about having a deformed face and body. So now with this in our minds, let's try and fit it into Treyarch's zombie storyline, which basically means that in a young age he could have been exposed to element 115, and this would obviously, what we know, have caused the burning and losing of skin and blackening of the skin, which would obviously cause deforming and would slowly turn you into a zombie. But instead, what Baldwin did was he used alchemy and figured out immortality, or to prolong his life, so he has this terrible skin condition that he can hide behind as leprosy, rather than him being exposed by a deadly element of 115. Now I gotta say, this sounds pretty good to me, and normally I would end off the video here because this sounds really good, at least in my mind. I'm not sure about you guys, but let's get on to when the image was released, which Miss Waffles talked about. The image Treyarch released was on May the 9th. Now let's go ahead and go into the zombie storyline and find out what was hiding on May 9th. And what it says is, in his cell, Pablo writes a vision of a great war. He describes a battle against a strange demon-like creatures who are trying to devour the earth. In his vision, he sees 4 knights protect him from certain death. He makes a note that the knights wore tunic similar to those in Der Eisendrache. Now obviously Pablo is describing very similar to the ending of the Origins cutscene, which is the Primus crew going back in time and helping the great battle against some demons and the Apothegons. Now with this image being released on May 9th, and what zombie storyline has is that Baldwin, this is the time where Baldwin ruled, and would be a great time to be able to see the Primus crew fighting Baldwin and protecting Pablo. As the zombie storyline says, Pablo writes a vision of a great war. He sees 4 knights protecting him from certain death. Who knows, maybe in Black Ops 4 we actually might get to play as the Primus crew in the Great War with those original staffs and not the ones recreated. Now obviously this cannot be a coincidence. There has to be planned out, which means Treyarch has been planning this from the beginning, ever since they released the storyline for the entire Primus crew and the Transit crew and everybody in this zombies game. Now obviously, if we get to play as the Primus crew, we probably have some sort of Easter egg of saving or finding Pablo, maybe even battling Baldwin himself as he turns into a zombie. Or this could be just completely wrong, and Treyarch could be just twisting and turning and prodding at this storyline and turning it into their own vision of what they want. Or you know what, it could just be something completely different. But honestly, this seems the closest that anybody has gotten, and especially with how alchemy works into around the Baldwin time, and the skin condition in the picture sounds about how Baldwin would have looked and leading a double life, especially with the movie recreating with a mask to hide his identity. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below, what you think Black Ops 4 might be. Does this storyline sound really cool to have Baldwin in it and be able to see Pablo and play as the original premise crew with the original origin staff, the elemental staffs, or what you think the storyline actually might be. Again, sorry for how I sound. It is late at night. It's around 4:30 a.m. in the morning and I'm getting really tired, but that ain't stopped me from making videos. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like this video and want to see more stuff like this, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell icon right next to that so that you don't miss any future upload. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye bye.